Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Pod Z CCG. This is Brandon.
This is Brad. No kids this week, huh?
I guess not. I think we're all in school.
Yep. We're recording this on Friday, May 1st.
Is that what they call today, May Day?
I think so.
Who calls it that?
Stupid people.
Oh, okay.
Better than May the 4th.
What's that?
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, that's retarded.
That's hecka dumb, huh? My brother-in-law says that May the 4th be with you, and he thinks he's hecka cool.
Oh, yeah. You should beat him to it, or just play dumb every time.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? May the 4th be with you? What do you mean?
Yeah. So we've got some emails that we're going to go over, some questions that you guys asked.
What's our email?
podzccg@gmail.com.
That's right, Gmail.
Yep. The first question comes from SSJ. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Super Saiyan. Bob USA.
USA?
Bob USA. Yep. Super Saiyan Bob USA asks, what is your favorite sensei from the old set? Senseis came out World Games, right?
Yeah, it was basically a way to be like a side deck for Dragon Ball Z. There was side decking in Magic and in Yu-Gi-Oh! And many other card games. So they wanted to introduce not just a side deck, but a power that goes along with your side deck. Do you know how many senseis there were on the release of World Games?
4.
Loser. 5.
Uh-oh.
You're forgetting the promo Grand Kai Sensei.
Oh, I am forgetting that one. The senseis were, I don't know, they were pretty cool. I never really liked the aspect of a side deck or sensei deck. I never used it, but they had a lot of cool ones out there.
Yeah, the initial 5 were East Kai, Grand Kai, North Kai, South Kai, and West Kai. East Kai, once per game during your non-combat step, or any non-combat step rather, raise your main personality to its highest power stage. Grand Kai, once per combat, you may prevent 2 power stages of damage from an attack. North Kai, twice per game during your non-combat step, you may choose an opponent. That opponent cannot use his mastery for the remainder of the turn. That was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
South Kai was used in a lot of Namekian and Piccolo decks. Once per game during your non-combat step, you may search your life deck for a level 1 ally and place it into play at 3 power stages above 0. And finally, West Kai, my favorite until it got errated. West Kai was once per game during your attacker's attacks phase. You may remove up to 2 non-combat cards in play from the game, but it got errated to discarding 2 of your opponent's drills in play.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
The aspect of the senseis were, before the match, you would announce your personality and your Tokiwaza style, and you could side deck in cards that you wanted to sub out, I guess.
Yeah, there were some. Basically, if you saw you were going up against an orange deck, you could throw cards in your sensei deck before your tournament, and if orange was heavy in your meta game, you'd want to put some orange hate in there, or if allies were, you could put some in there. Like, I have some examples, like Black Backbreaker was a sensei deck card. Sensei deck cards could go either in your main deck or your sensei deck. It was only sensei deck only cards that had to go in your sensei at the start of the game and be implemented into your deck. How you implemented sensei deck cards was you would shuffle your deck, your opponent would cut, and then however many cards you wanted to sensei in, you had to remove from the top of your deck
those X amount of cards.
Yeah, X amount of cards. So if you're senseiing in 6 cards, you would remove the top 6 from the game without looking at them, and then replace them and then reshuffle. So there was Black Backbreaker Sensei deck, physical attack doing +2 power stages of damage for each non-combat card your opponent has in play. Lower your opponent's anger 1 level. Blue Fidel's Knee Bash Sensei deck, physical attack doing +4 stages of damage. If this attack is performed against a Majin, this attack does +7 life cards of damage instead. Raise your anger 1 level. And then a Sensei deck only card, Evil Presence Drill, an ultra rare from World Games. The first physical attack you perform in combat does +1 power stage of damage for each card in your remove from game pile to a maximum of +10. You may only have 1 copy of this drill in play at a time.
Yep.
And then pretty much the one Sensei deck card that everyone ran, Sensei deck only card, was Huh.
Huh?
Yeah, it was called Huh. Basically, it just removed a Dragon Ball in play. And if you're playing against a Dragon Ball deck, that's like auto win for you.
What about Fond Memories?
Well, if you found someone that ran Fond Memories, I guess.
Fond
Go ahead.
Fond Memories is a Kid Buu rare that lets you get, it's a non-combat, that lets you get a card removed from the game back into your
deck.
Yeah. My favorite Sensei of the set would have to be Roshi Sensei. I loved it with my blue Buu deck because it would do +1 life card, -1 life card against you. All your attacks do +1 life card, and it saves you a life card of damage. And then Buu, his level 1, says all your attacks do +1 life card. So if you play a Heat Seeker, you automatically do 6 life cards of damage.
I did say Weskai was my favorite, but that was out of those 4. My favorite of all time was Piccolo Sensei, ultra rare from Kid Buu Saga. Basically, you got to search your life deck for cards to Sensei out instead of removing them from the top at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we also forgot to mention that each Sensei had a specific amount of cards they could hold in their Sensei deck.
Yeah.
So Piccolo only could hold 6. So I would usually run 3 Goku's Blinding Strikes, 2 Black Scout Maneuvers, and 1 Huh. But there was like Elder Kai Sensei who had a 21 maximum Sensei deck.
But he didn't have a power,
no,
right?
No power.
Dumb.
Would Roshi have 9?
I think so. Something like that.
Yeah.
So thanks, Super Saiyan Bob USA, for that question. Next question comes from Steve Stiles. Hey guys, love the new pod. It's fresh, funny, and witty. Why, thank you. I have a couple questions. 1. Out of your family, who wins the most tournaments? That would have to be Brandon. I think Brandon's won the most so far. Followed by myself, and the kids have at least got second place. Second question. Logan is hilarious. Jordan's voice cracking was hilarious also, and so was Sam for pointing it out. Will the kids be regulars on the show? We do our podcasts. We record at Brandon's house, then at my house, so we alternate. So when we record at my house, I will try to have them on. They could be pretty entertaining, especially Jordan with his voice cracking. That was pretty hilarious on the last episode. So we'll try to get him on regularly. And that is all the questions we got for you guys this week. Go ahead and email us your questions, podzccg@gmail.com.
Yeah, about anything. Old Z, Score Z,
scaling.
Oh, yeah.
Tips on, deck running, anything. If you want advice, just let us know. We'll help you out.
Just please don't send an email saying, I want to run a black Ginyu deck. Advice? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Or like, I guess you could ask for advice, but not like, can I have a deck list?
Yeah. Next is our Score Z question of the week. What personality may have been overlooked in Old Z? And I thought about this, and I always thought when I look back at the powers that Goldo was a very underutilized person. I've never seen him ran in a tournament at a local or regional. And basically what he does is a physical attack. If successful, draw the bottom 2 cards of your discard pile. It doesn't even have to be your first attack. You could save it for last, and you could stare down away your only block and get 2 more cards. If you're not into running Saiyan or Namekian, this is pretty much the only personality that gives you a big card advantage.
It's funny, mine was also from the Ginyu Force. Mine was Geese from the Frieza Saga. Geese level 1, an energy attack for 5 life cards of damage. If this attack is stopped, your opponent discards the top 2 cards of their life deck. So if you use, Absorbing Drill to stop it, then that's another 2.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I like Geese anyways. He's probably my 3rd favorite Ginyu Force person.
Kind of getting sleepy.
Oh, it's the middle of the day. It's only noon.
I didn't get much sleep last night, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Not too corny, right? Welcome to Elm Street. We've got 2 new personalities for you today.
That may or may not appear in your local scene, but more than likely they do.
The first one is the one you came up with, nicknamed Bug Catcher Joey.
Yeah. For those people who don't play Pokemon, there's usually a Bug Catcher Joey who is in all the games that thinks that showing up to a Pokemon battle with 3 Metapods that only know Harden is going to beat you, and they get all shocked and surprised when they lose. So this is basically someone who shows up to a local tournament expecting to gain first place or, top cut with just like zany, crazy decks like, I don't know, Red Gohan Ball,
Godku Orange Anger.
Yeah.
Blue Trunks Energy Beats.
Yeah, just some weird stuff.
Red Tien Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So that's one personality you guys might share with.
Another one is Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, yeah.
You know this guy. He's the one who's big, obnoxious, very loud, craves attention. Kool-Aid Man comes busting in the walls of their comic shop.
Oh, yeah.
Loud and proud and ready to rock, I guess.
Yeah, just needs all the attention. Like, there'll be a tournament going on, pretty quiet. Then all of a sudden he bursts out with something crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a swear word or...
yeah, all the kids look up to him because he's raunchy and...
like the cool, fun uncle.
Yeah, Artie Lang of the comic shop.
Yeah.
So those 2, some of you have them at your shop, some of you don't. So we'll bring you some more on Elm Street next time. We have a new feature now called Panini Card of the Week. This week we are featuring Blue Avoidance. At first I didn't include this card in my deck, but I realized its potential. Sure, you have to discard a card to copy an attack, but think of all the cards you could copy, like Krillin's Energy Attack, Ginyu's Energy Attack, Destructo Disc, Red Left Bolt, Overpowering Attack, Lunar Ray. Paired with Overpowering Drill, it'll be unstoppable. Blue Avoidance is an energy block that when you discard a card from your hand, you could copy that attack that you blocked, which is pretty tight.
And you don't even have to block it, right? Like, because there's some unblockable attacks you could copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is cool with Overpowering Drill. It's unstoppable, which is awesome.
Yeah, I recently put 3 in my deck now, and I have a couple Orange Powering Drills. You have any other thoughts on Blue Avoidance?
I don't know if I like it with Frieza because he has so many other ways to copy attacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get to level 2 without being wall breakered with Frieza, then his level 2 is so powerful with Overpowering Drill, but Overpowering Drill is not the card of the week. It is Blue Avoidance.
Yeah. And I guess that could segue into our tournament report, because I actually had a pretty cool move with Blue Avoidance. I played against a top player who came down from Vacaville named Matt Ribeiro.
Yeah, I think that's how you say his last name.
He's a really good player. He's really smart. And I went up against him first round, Blue Ginyu against his Orange Ginyu. And I had the game in the bag sealed perfectly. I used Blue Avoidance to copy his Ginyu Energy Attack so I got out 2 allies that turn. But that last combat, he had about 10, 11 life cards left. I still had about 40. He had out Aura Drill. He had out all these modifiers. He used Orange Uppercut to get Orange Offensive Strike, the one where you get the other ones. And out of those 11 cards in his life deck, he had all 3 copies in his life deck still. So he used all 3 of those, Jace, Goldo, and I had no blocks. And he killed me that in 1 turn. I was shocked, but I had to hand it to him. He came back from being beat down in every way and just won it. So I'm glad he got the win. That was a cool victory. My next match was against Logan. I know that if we only had 9 people in the tournament, Logan lost once. If he lost again, he was going to get a bye in the next round. So I played, and I really didn't care about making moves. I just played half-heartedly and let him win, and so he could play in another round. But I did switch his deck from Blue Raditz. he now leveled up to Blue Ginyu. So it's a variation of mine, but not quite there. So he's excited to play that on Monday.
And you got the bye the third round?
I got the bye the third round.
Let's see. First,
Wait, wasn't there some controversy between Jordan and Sam? You want to talk about that?
Oh, about how the playing on the card or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do it when we get to the second round.
Okay.
So I switched up to Black Krillin. I know I could have went onto the boards and copied BC Valdez's Black Krillin deck, but I didn't want to do that.
Who's BC Valdez?
He's like a top player in the Scorzy, and he has one of the best Krillin black decks out there, apparently.
Uh-huh.
Like, everyone likes to play with it. There's some people who do variations with it. So, I built a black deck. It is Stasis, non-Dragon Ball. I only have... I only run 2 balls. I run ball 1 and ball 7.
Yep.
To get back my Destructo discs and such, and to keep ball 1 out. So if they can't capture 7 at first, they'd have to capture 2. But by that time, I get my ball 1 back. I have Black Taunts in there. I think that's an underrated card. I love Black Taunt. Black Taunt basically does when your opponent destroys the top X cards of their life deck. X equals their anger +1, then your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and redraws that amount of cards.
That's Hecatite.
Yeah.
I love that card.
Round 1, I went up against
JJ.
JJ plays a red TN deck, or he did play a red TN deck. He seems to come with a new deck every week. So he got to level 4 on me. I didn't pull any of my wall breakers. I only have 2 in there. But it was over before it began. I was able to take out his main attacks and combat. By the time he got to level 4, he only had maybe 5 life cards left, and I was able to beat him with Black Fur Shadowing. Round 2 was against Logan. Logan? No. Who did I play round 2? Sam. Sam was playing his blue Goku Energy Beats / Dragon Ball deck. And it didn't give me too much trouble. I was able to keep his anger. He never got to level 2. He did get his drills out, his blue mental drill, his blue positioning drill, and his blue lifting drill. But I was able to keep his Dragon Balls under control and inch out a victory.
You were trying to Black Corruption him, huh?
Yeah.
Trying to return the favor.
I only Black Corruption him once and didn't hit any balls. He did have, I believe, 6 balls out he had 5 out and I had 2, and he was just never able to steal them. Round 3 was against Matt, the King of Vacaville. It was against his Orange Ginyu deck, and I got some pretty amazing draws. I was able to banish Nappa early on with a Krillin Power / discard for Mastery, and then Black Swipe. With Nappa gone, I was able to control the game with ending combat when I needed to. He tried to bluff me with saying that I have an awesome hand in entering combat.
Because you had out 1 Black Power Up, right?
Yeah, I think he wanted me to waste it. What happened? I used a searching technique. He used an attack. I think he used Ginyu. And then I used Black Scout. And then he passed. And then I was able to throw a few attacks before ending combat, or we both passed. I didn't use my Black Power Up until I needed to.
And you Black Powered up his Ginyu all the way, right?
Yeah.
Sturdy.
He was at 0, wanting to use a body switch, and I used Black Power Up one time to power him all the way up to full. So he discarded his body switch. But I just picked apart his deck, took out all of his attacks, scout maneuvered. I used Black Searching Technique to destroy 2 of the orange pinpoint attacks or something. I'm not an orange player, so I don't know their attacks.
Yeah, I hate orange.
And then while I was searching technique, I looked to see what he had the most cards of, and he had 3 stare downs in there still. So I Black Scouted for his 3 stare downs, and he needed me to clarify orange stare down or stare down. I said, no, your stare downs. And I was able to beat him, and I got first place.
Cool.
Controversy with Sam and Jordan.
Jordan was frustrated throughout the whole game. because Sam kept on. Sam's kind of passive aggressive, where he knows he's getting under your skin and he'll just keep doing it. And Jordan was all stressed out. He was sweating. He was doing everything he could to win the game. But the time came on the last combat. There was 6 minutes left on the clock. Sam had 6 Dragon Balls out, all except Dragon Ball 6. Jordan had a Dragon Ball Getter, Dragon Radar, and he was deciding what to do. So he played Dragon Radar, searching for a Dragon Ball, and he put down 6, and he noticed Sam had 3 blue tricks out. So he put Dragon Ball 6 down and then said, wait, I don't want to play this. And the thing is, he tried to take it back, and some other guy at the tournament said, no, he didn't take his hand off of it. Magic Rules says he doesn't have to play it. But the thing is, he used Dragon Radar and took his hand off Dragon Radar, so he had to get a Dragon Ball. And since 6 was the last Dragon Ball he could only get, he had to get it and play it. So Sam just blue tricked it and won, and Jordan was pretty upset, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So I know some of you guys have been interested in our scaling report. We told you guys we went out scaling last week, and what did we get? We got a Ugin Spirit Dragon again.
Yeah, we did get another Ugin.
We got a Charizard full art.
Yeah, a full art Charizard. Not one of the rare ones, apparently. We got another Shark. What's it? Sharkpedo or whatever.
Sharkpedo EX. Primal Kyogre and a Groudon.
Got another... what's the name? Aggron, Mega Aggron.
Yeah.
Not too much with Magic. We didn't really get any foils with Magic because they weren't
slim pickings.
Yeah, there weren't any ones that weighed a certain weight, so we don't want to risk paying all the money for those.
Yeah.
We got a foil Dramoka, Mythic Rare.
Oh yeah.
The Mythic Dragon Lord Dramoka or something. We got that.
That Death Reaper guy. We got a foil. No, or just a rare of him.
A Mythic Death Reaper. I don't know his name.
It's funny how we scale him and we get the non-foil good cards.
Yeah. Like there won't be a foil, but there will be a Mythic in there.
It's hecka funny.
So we took that to the comic shop and got a profit of $50. So we're on our way to getting the case that we need
for set 3.
Yeah.
Oh, can you wait till we get that?
Oh
it's
man,
gonna be so awesome.
I love case openings now. Even though they're long and exhausting, it's so fun.
Yep.
Go ahead. There's a page up now on Facebook, PodZCCG. Go in and like us on there.
Share us too.
Yeah, we'll also be posting on the other DBZ forums like Retro. Ugh, I hate that name, Retro.
Maybe we could do contests, like win foil cards or something.
Oh yeah,
just by liking us.
Yeah,
you don't have to pay us money like other raffles. we'll give you free stuff just by liking us and sharing us.
Yeah, we'll go in and we'll get something set up. We're on iTunes now, PodZCCG, on YouTube as well. I think it's easier to go the YouTube route, but if you have an iTunes or an iPodder, it's easy to just subscribe and everything will get downloaded onto your iDevice, your Apple device.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for episode 4 of PodZCCG. Until then, keep rocking the dragon.
Oh yeah.
Dragon, rock, dragon, ball.